In this video, I'm going to go over a trade I took this morning. Super discretionary trade. Um, I'll show you real quick what it was, kind of. Uh, so 219, so 200, basically $20 across my 5 accounts. You can see leader plus 4 followers. It was just one trade. If we go over here to the chart, we can see, where did it go? It's right here. It's on the 15-second. Might be wondering, why did I take it on the 15-second? But I will get into that. I traded with 12 micros. Breakout of this gap to the upside. You can see I got in on the breakout. I was targeting the high. So you can see I got in at 0.73. So right around here. And I got out at 83. So from here to here, right around 10 points. And yeah, basically, price retraced back into this gap right here, made a higher high. There was this gap right here that I wanted to see price break out of. I broke out with aggression, and it respected that gap as we broke out. I was targeting this high, and this big gap right here is a 5-minute. So what I tried to do, and what I did, was I took the breakout of this 15-second gap, broke out, targeted the high, and I was done. Simple as that. But let me rewind a bit and explain to you why I took that trade. Okay, so here we go. We're looking at the morning. I know it's a bit of a scramble, so let me just rewind this a little bit. Okay, so looking at this morning, right around here, we have a couple things to look at. So we have a couple draws above for this potential long off the break of this 15-minute, or I think this is also a 15 or a 5, but that was a potential. We have Asia draw below that we could sweep, target this 15-minute to take shorts, and this one if price wanted to come all the way down here. So let's play this real quick on, yeah, 1X will do. So price swept out Asia low, and we ended up moving back up because this is the 5-minute, and price actually swept out this 5-minute gap right here. We swept that out fairly cleanly. So after that, we kind of retraced back up into the gap. And since we're on the 5-minute, it looks like price was having a hard time deciding whether or not it wanted to go lower or go higher. And right here, a lot of people got chopped out. I was just watching price because I didn't really like how it was looking on the 1-minute. 1-minute, kind of indecisive. But eventually price did break out to the upside. And after replaying and looking back, this would have been a really good long. The Discord did take this long. I personally did not, because I wasn't too confident in price action. It was a little choppy, but after looking back on it, it would have been a really good play. We can see we have the sweep of that gap I mentioned earlier. We put in a higher low, and you could have got in right on the break of this gap right here. Early entry, targeting highs. Or you could have gotten on either of these right here. Either of those would have been good. Now you might be wondering, okay, why did I take that trade? Why did I take the 15-second long? All that. Okay, well, on the 15-minute, we have this inversion that you could have taken for who knows how many points, right? You could have gotten right here for 41, 85, and final TP at 115. But if we continue to go up, I have this I have this gap marked out right here. It is a 1 hour gap. And so let's just put the middle line on it. All right, cool. That's right at, sorry, I'm in the way. It's right at 25,110. And so what I was looking for was for price to tap into the 1 hour, at least hit the midpoint to look for a continuation higher, or to reverse off that to go lower. On top of the 1 hour, we have a 5-minute gap, not only right here, but right here. So I will just mark those out. So we have, what is it? Okay, oops. We have a 5-minute there, and a 5-minute here. Sorry, it's a little laggy because I'm screen recording. And so what did price do? It eventually tapped final TP for this long right here, tapped into the first 5-minute, had a slight retracement, broke the second, like it broke into the second 5-minute, and then it's breaking out of that second 5-minute to go higher. Okay, so now that we see we broke out of the second 5-minute, where exactly did I place my trade? So right here it is at 7:46 a.m. Okay, so moving back over here, where is this at? 7:45 to 7:50. So let's look at the 1 minute. So I'm just gonna delete this, and since we know I took my trade at 7:45 or 7:46, we can look over here. So it would have been right here. This is where I took my trade, right here, right in this zone. So I wish TradingView on my plan I had the lower time frame, but what we can see is that we are in an uptrend targeting the midpoint, right? We respected this gap right here, which is the final TP. We consolidated, took out some liquidity, continued moving higher. We're respecting the trend. And so what I saw was like, okay, we're continuing higher. We not only hit the midpoint, consolidation, went up, tried to break out once, consolidation. And so I just did a discretionary, we're probably going to break out. So that's why I went down to lower time frame, 30 second, 15 second, saw this gap. We can see I still have that trend line on there. We swept out some liquidity right here, higher low. I was like, all right, if we break out right here, I'm going to get in longs targeting the high and the breakout of this 5-minute gap right here. And so what ended up happening is I got in, we had a slight retracement back into this gap right here, and then we broke out. That was the trade I took. Am I happy with the results? Not particularly, but I'll take it. Why am I saying no? Well, I don't really like trading the smaller time frame, like the 15 second, the 30 second, and the 1 minute, because it's a little bit messy. But if you can dial it in and take a good trade like this, where you understand market structure, you see where price ultimately wants to go, and you can kind of take a little jab at price while it's moving, then that's fine. The best trade to take are higher time frame, like 5 or 15 minutes, and bigger breakouts like the one from this morning, like this one right here, targeting the higher draws. So that was the recap. I'm sorry it was a little bit messy if it seemed that way, or if it didn't make any sense, or if it did make sense. I just wanted to get it out there to sort of explain the trade I took, why I took it on smaller time frame, and all that stuff. So again, if you liked it, let me know in the comments below. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.